Hi, I'm Mark, and I've lived in Russia for 24 years. And here's the truth. My Russian is still pretty bad.
Да-да, я
Мне
вот
кажется, уже
думаю,
сегодня было
мне
выступление
кажется, что
нашего
Луна
представителя.
сделана из водки. Я бы хотел там полететь и
Сегодня было
своими
выступление
глазами
нашего представителя в
увидеть.
комитете
Это
по
правда, блядь, или
информации.
это ложь?
Yeah, no clue.
You suspect that I would not speak Russian, right?
It's best if I don't drive here. When I first arrived, I spoke Russian at, well, I'd say an elementary level. I had started on my own, lots of books and everything, and even took an adult education course. I expected to be able to communicate, well, at least on a basic level, and thought I'd improve quickly. Spoiler alert, I didn't. I'd say something, and the Russian person would reply like a machine gun, bop, 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 bop. So fast, so overwhelming. I'd just freeze like a deer in the headlights. I forgot. I don't get to script their answers, only my questions. I probably knew about 250 words when I landed here. Within weeks, that number was down to about 70. Yep, I was going backwards. Didn't help that I moved to the Ural region, where people speak fast, even by Russian standards. It hit me pretty early. I was going to have to build a life here with broken Russian or not at all. Now, I knew I wasn't a polyglot. I admire people who are, but I don't waste time on wishes. I'm a survivor, and I had to survive. So I built a playbook, so to speak. Politeness, patience, persistence. I focused on understanding, not focusing on perfection. As an adult with a serious professional background in the U.S., I hated sounding like an idiot, but I had no choice. Charm and humor helped a lot, though. And I forced myself into situations where I had to speak, no safety nets. My wife spoke fluent English. She tried to help me learn Russian. We even tried switching days, one day in Russian, one day in English. On Russian day, I just grunted out some words. Didn't work. We needed real communication, so English won. Russians in the Urals have a reputation for being tough and direct, but when I tried to communicate with them, they were often patient, kind even. Well, my accent was unusual, my pronunciation questionable. There weren't many Americans around, so people would ask me, if it's not a secret, where are you from? In Russian, it would sound like this. Если не секрет, откуда вы? Miscommunications? Oh, plenty. One time in a restaurant, I asked for a fork. The Russian words for fork and squirrel are very similar. The waiter told me I might find a squirrel at the park. Back then, there were no apps, no Duolingo, no Chat GPT. I had a tiny Russian-English dictionary in my pocket. And Google Translate, well, let's just say version 1.0 wasn't very good. Today, tech has changed everything, but I'm old school. Even now, when I visit a doctor or deal with paperwork, I bring my wife. Yeah. Sure, there are apps, but I'm not used to them, and I don't want to mess up a medical visit especially. Haircut, sure. Doctors, My big Russian language test came at the 15-year mark. Russia changed the law. I needed a certificate showing A2 level Russian to renew my residency permit. It was a national exam, Russian language, history, and law. Well, I studied, I passed. Later, I turned 65, and at that point, I'm exempt from the test, so just in time. Over time, I found workarounds. For example, public buses in Chelyabinsk in winter, windows covered in frost. You couldn't see a thing out those windows. Driver announcements muffled beyond comprehension, kind of like, even Russians couldn't understand it. So I counted stops. From my apartment to work was 14 stops. I'd count the doors opening and closing. 14th time it opened, time to get off the bus. You see, you don't need to know everything, just enough. It's kind of like running from a bear. You don't need to be the fastest, just faster than the guy who's running next to you. Did my bad Russian help me in any way? Absolutely. It kept me humble. It made me more empathetic, more aware of others who struggle with anything. It made me a better listener. I paid more attention to tone, to gesture, and context. And I learned culture through experience, not books. So, what advice would I give to newcomers? Number 1, don't be like me. Learn the language. It's beautiful. It's rich. It's deep. But if you fall short of fluency, don't wait for perfection before you start living. Build relationships. They matter more than grammar. Focus on connection over correctness. Language is for communication. If you're being understood and you understand, well, you're already winning. If I can thrive here with broken Russian for 24 years, so can you. You just need the right attitude and maybe a good sense of humor. That's all for today. Until next time, пока.